The sacred feminine is something that I think we're just discovering what it is. It's been lost and oppressed for thousands of years. In terms of piecing together what the sacred feminine could be or is, the things that I see are emptiness, openness, an understanding of interconnection, interdependence, relationship. We see that in the way that women function. They create relationship within the family and within society and so on. And they are aware of how everybody's doing. You know, naturally as a mother you have to be. And you don't love one child more than the other, hopefully. They're different, and you might have a difficult child, and you might have a sort of star child. But the way you feel about them is the same, and I think that maternal compassion is part of the feminine. But the feminine also has sharp qualities. It's insight, wisdom, able to cut through, to see into the depth of reality. That's another aspect of the feminine. And also, the feminine historically has been associated with nature. And so when nature has been abused, so have women. And when women and nature have been held in esteem, they both have. If one is, the other is. That's how it's been historically. And so now we are in a moment on the earth where we have a historical level of abuse of nature that's taken us really to the brink of disaster, and not only the brink, but we're in it. And also the abuse of women is also extreme, although there's some positive things happening. And so the sacred feminine has many aspects. It does have this maternal and connecting, compassionate aspect. It has also fierceness as a possible aspect, clarity, insight, and also the union of sexuality and spirituality. So another thing generally about the sacred feminine is that the spiritual is seen as immanent, meaning in the body. And the masculine, historically, has seen the sacred as transcendent. Nirvana, God, Allah, that it's somewhere out there, up there. The masculine sacred has been portrayed in that way. And so that's created cultures where women and nature have been considered as obstacles to that transcendent ideal. And we see this in Buddhism too, the Buddha leaving his wife, leaving his child, and then wanting to get to nirvana. And so what's interesting to me about Vajrayana Buddhism is there was a shift at that time into being in the body and into the idea of the world as sacred. The body is sacred. It's not any longer this sort of decaying, disgusting representation of impermanence. The body is the mandala. The body is the deity in Vajrayana. And it's probably not by coincidence that in the Vajrayana we have the presence of the feminine and women teachers. And we don't know exactly the sources of Vajrayana, but it seems to have some roots in Shaktism, and which is the worship of the sacred feminine, also in Shaivite tradition. But that's still being debated, exactly what the roots are. So the sacred masculine is, in Tibetan teaching, it's top. Feminine is Shera, wisdom. Top is skillful means. And so the sacred masculine is that ability to manifest out of emptiness in a skillful way. And I certainly saw this in my own life with my husband, David, and I had the vision of Taramandala, the center in Colorado, and I was always having visions, and then he made it happen. He was the one, that was doing it, making it happen. So I think that's a capacity of the masculine, and I think the sacred masculine also has the quality of protector, that able to protect, of course, the family historically in early times, but also really to think about protecting our world and doing that in a kind way. So the masculine is also associated with compassion, because the feminine is emptiness, and that the way that emptiness expresses itself is in compassion, and that's the masculine.